Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And it's the Bulls' last preseason game, which means it's my last opportunity to get completely in gear like I need to do for the regular season, which starts in just 8 days from today. So with that being said, what that means is that we are going to do our first pregame show. We haven't done a pregame show yet in the preseason. I had to get myself in gear, so we're going to do that. But first, I got to play that intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, beautiful people? You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. We got the Bulls' last preseason game coming up. Now, there's not a lot of questions, I don't think, remaining with the Chicago Bulls that need to be answered in this last preseason game. I want to see them have a better defensive intensity, of course. I want to see them play well. I want to see still with the motion on offense, things like that. I think the biggest question out really right now is who's going to be that starting power forward. I don't know if they've announced who's starting in this game. I have not got a chance to look that up. I just came in here and started streaming for you guys. But so with that being said, it seems like the starting point guard position is what it is, right? I've been drilling home that it was going to be Io for the longest, and it is what it is. I know some Bulls fans thought that Goran maybe had a chance, things like that, but listen, it was never going to be that. It was going to be Io DeSumo. I think the writing was on the wall. Io would have had to do something or come in training camp really bad for I think it to not be him as the starting point guard. But he's come in, he's played really well. So we'll see with that. Now, as far as who's the starting power forward, looks like Billy Donovan was asked. Cody Westerland did tweet this out a little bit just a couple minutes ago. Actually, he said Billy Donovan is comfortable starting Javonte Green or Patrick Williams at the power forward. He didn't say exactly when decision would be revealed, but said that staff has good feeling about combinations. So what we may see, right? And this is something that I've started thinking about more towards the end of the day today at work, is that what if we see it's really depending upon what the situation is. If we need more scoring punch out there, it may be Javonte in certain games. If we need more defense and size, it may be Patrick Williams. It may be starting point guard by committee with Javonte and Patrick Williams out there, because Javonte's played well enough to be a starter, period. In preseason, he's played well enough to be a starter. Patrick Williams hasn't. But I still do think that this team is still completely invested in the development of Patrick Williams, much to the dismay of some Bulls fans. And, Bulls fans this is what I'm going to say. I love Bulls Nation. I've been a member of Sea Red Nation since before I could see myself. With that being said, you guys can be so knee-jerky, right? Last season, it was Nikola Vucevic. Literally, all the hate from Vooch has moved to Patrick Williams because the Bulls fans just need something to zero in on to make themselves feel like they know what the fuck they're talking about. And I'm sorry, if that makes some people tune out of this live, if you got to unsubscribe because of that, you got to do what you got to do. But you guys know me. I'm going to say what I want to say and what I truly feel here. Bulls fans are the biggest fucking sheep sometimes of any fan base I've seen. All it takes is one tweet that's completely unsubstantiated, and then all of Bulls Nation will be like, you know what we got to do? We got to trade Kobe. You remember that last season? My first video on this channel to blow up was me saying the Bulls would have been crazy to trade Kobe White. There was everybody in my comments saying, Haize, you're really going to die on this hill? The Bulls are absolutely trading Kobe White by the trade deadline. Look what happened. Then it was Nikola Vucevic. Oh, the Bulls have to move on from Nikola Vucevic. They have to. He sucks. He's terrible. Came into this season much improved, really settled in his role. We have to stop being so knee-jerk. There's a reason why we aren't the front office. And honestly, as much as some of the Bulls fans hate on Garpax, you guys come up with the same fucking type of knee-jerk trades and deals that Garpax did, because you settle down. Everything doesn't need to be a home run immediately, and everything isn't going to be a home run. That doesn't mean it's going to be a bust. I'm telling you guys all last season, Vooch didn't suck. He was still a top 10 center in this league. Now what? He came in, he's improved every single thing that people hated on him about. Now where are the Vooch haters? Shutting the fuck up. Sometimes you got to sit down and stand back, right? Shut the hell up. I'm sorry, I just got on a high horse on that one. I went off a little bit. It is what it is. Some of y'all just got to shut the hell up, period. Like, this is just what it is, man. It just is that. Like, this is not fucking 2K. Like, it's not. And it really gets frustrating, the fact of how many Bulls fans thinks that it's so goddamn easy to build a team, and then they don't even know the fucking rules. Like, shut up. You guys would have half the team traded. Honestly, you wouldn't have signed Zach LaVine to a max. You would have traded away Nikola Vucevic for fucking Miles Turner or Jeremy Grant, which wouldn't have got us any better. I wouldn't have drafted Dalen Terry. Y'all wouldn't have drafted Dalen Terry. Now everybody's singing home. The Bulls fans are so knee jerky. It's ridiculous. Calm the fuck down. Stand down and stand back. That's what I got. That's my message. I coined the phrase sky is falling Bulls fans last season. Now I need y'all to stand down and stand the fuck back and let this front office cook. That's what I need y'all to do. That's what I need y'all to do. Period. Come on, man. Y'all gotta chill, fam. Y'all gotta chill. And then now, even with this, Zach LaVine, slow preseason. Oh, they gave Zach LaVine that money and look at how he's scoring. Oh my God. Like, come on, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Real talk. Like, y'all gotta stop it, man. Like, y'all gotta, and the funny thing is that it's so, like, literally, Patrick Williams scores 20 points. Somebody even said in the comments today, well, if Patrick Williams scores 12 points, he's proven that he's not a bust. 12 points proves that he's not a bust? That just tells me that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If Patrick Williams has 3 games to start the season of scoring 16 to 18 points per game, everybody all of a sudden be like, oh, Kawhi, he's the next Kawhi again. Kawhi, oh my God. And then the hate will transfer back to Kobe White. That's all it is, right? I guarantee you there's going to be 3 players that get a lot of hate this season. It's going to be Kobe White, it's going to be Patrick Williams, and if Vooch has a down stretch, and it's going to transfer between those 3 players all fucking season. Bulls fans just typing their fucking life away. Oh my God, it's Vooch. Oh my God, it's Kobe. Oh my God, it's Patrick Williams. And don't let Lonzo Ball come back and not be fucking draining threes the moment he comes back. Oh my God, we got to trade Lonzo today. His knee is done. Did you see his knee? I saw it was going to buckle. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. It's just like the same people last season that said, oh, I can read Zach LaVine's body language. He doesn't like DeMar. DeMar hit that game winner. I saw his body language. You motherfuckers ain't never made a woman come talking about body language. You don't know how to read fucking body language. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's just what it boils down to. Seriously, y'all got to chill, man. Y'all got to chill. Y'all got to chill. People be really tripping, man. People be really tripping. I don't want to hear nobody talk about another grown man's body language if your wife's sitting there and she has to have a vibrator to get her fucking orgasm. I don't want to hear shit you talking about body language. Don't want to hear shit you talking about. And that's how I feel. But anyway, now rant, woosah. Rant done. You don't get content like that anywhere else. El Trapo in the building, sending the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel, my brother. Character punching air fist and bump written on his knuckles. For sure, man. Like it's just crazy, man. I love the Bulls with all my heart. You guys know it. Like seriously, I've done by the end of today, from Monday, midnight Monday to the end of the day today, I will have dropped 7 episodes on this channel. 7 in 2 days. Ain't nobody working like me. I love this team. I love the fans. I love all of that shit. But some of y'all got to chill the fuck out, man. Some of y'all got to chill out. Y'all got to chill out, man. Everybody, like, everything can't be knee jerky, fam. Everything can't be knee jerky. Y'all got to chill out. Y'all got to chill out, man. Motherfuckers, like, you done spent more money in 2K building a my player than what you've made. Shut the hell up, fam. That's all I can say with that shit. Listen, Winton says, those fools at Bulls Talk Podcast need to hear this for real, though. Bro, don't even get me started. Like, I've always said it. Listen, I don't even fuck with mainstream Bulls content creators anymore. Outside of, I would consider Matt Peck and Big Dave mainstream, right? They've made it. They've worked. They had a show at one time. I fuck with them heavily. Outside of Matt and Big Dave, anybody higher than them, like the player that has a podcast by NBC Sports, whatever, I don't really fuck with none of them. Casey Johnson, I do, right? Casey Johnson, Matt, and Big Dave. Anybody else other than that, I don't really fuck with. I'm tired of the narratives. I'm tired of not actually adding anything. I'm tired of all that shit. Tired of all that. I don't even know what you say. Is this English? You doing too much, shorty on for them. Take it easy. What? What? Bulls Daily's my nigga though, bro. I ain't got nothing negative to say about Bulls Daily at all. Just throwing some fun. Yeah, all those dudes be full of cap. It's so much cap going around, bro. It's so much cap going around at all times, man. At all times, bro. And the funny thing is, like I said, I understand that not everybody can be as engaged. Like, I don't expect everybody to be doing all the research, all this type of thing. That's what I'm here for, right? That's what people like me are here for. People come and listen to it because they ain't got time to do all that shit. I read the goddamn CBA. Most fans ain't got time to read the CBA. So I don't expect them to have the depth of knowledge because they shouldn't. No casual fan should be sitting around reading the goddamn CBA. But the thing that irritates me sometimes is that people like to talk from a place of authority when you don't know shit. You don't know shit, right? You don't know shit. And I say it on this time all the time. Like, if I'm speculating, I'll tell you I'm speculating. If I know what I'm talking about, I'll be like, no, this is where it says this in the CBA. It's against this. It's not against that. Like, I'll say it. If I'm just speculating, if I'm just saying what I think is going to happen, I'll tell you, hey, this is what I think is going to happen. People are so afraid now, and this is a society thing. This is even just a Bulls Nation thing of like, they just want to seem like they know shit without just saying, hey, I think this is what's going to happen. It's crazy, man. It's wild. Tim Bomb Temps. Fuck that motherfucker too, bro. I ethered him last season. Tim Bomb Temps. Fuck that dude. I already know I'm going to mess with Pat Bev's podcast more than fucking First Take. Absolutely. Smear60, my little brother from another mother, says, yo, Haize, I'm going to be in the building tonight representing Chicago Bulls Central. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I wish you would have told me. I would have sent you a shirt. So you could have wore it there. But hey, it is what it is, man. You already know you fam, bro. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're in the post game show, you can tell us how you felt about the game live. You like Bull Central? Yeah, but Bull Central isn't. He's not. Bull Central is like me, right? Yes, he has way more subscribers. I don't mean like subscriber base. I mean as far as like working for an organization. Bull Central is just him. He does all of that shit himself. Bull Central is what Jamal has created with Bull Central. I think sometimes goes unnoticed because it seems effortless. And like getting to the point as somebody who doesn't have sources, somebody who doesn't work for a national magazine or a network like Locked On or anything, to get to 30,000 subscribers is monumental. And he does it from nothing but the love, right? You hear it like me. I love it because our names are similar. I'm Chicago Bull Central. He's Bull Central. And we have two completely different deliveries. Like I'm loud, obnoxious, crazy, and boisterous. Jamal is real. Like Jamal, if his voice was deeper, he'd be the quiet storm. Like Jamal's just like, yeah, Bulls fans. And it's great. Like all the knowledge he drops is great. I can't be that calm. I can't be that calm about something I'm passionate about. I don't know how to do it. How he does it, I wish I had that skill. Because then you get me sitting here ranting and turning my hat backwards and going off on motherfuckers. You would never get that from Jamal. And I don't mean that as a negative because Jamal is the most calm person in the world. I've done episodes with him. Most calm person in the world. I wish I had that. I'm crazy. I'm not wired like that. I don't have that wiring, bro. Without Zach and DeMar tonight, Pat needs to cook. Yeah, I mean, now that it's beneficial that Zach and DeMar aren't going to play, does that mean, do we get to see Dalen Terry in the starting line? Like, it's probably going to be Kobe, right? So you got to think it's going to be probably Javonte, Kobe White. It's going to be Ayo, Kobe White, Javonte, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic. It's probably going to be those five, I would guess, right? But that means that Dalen Terry is about to get in this game early. I would love to see, to Big Worm's point, I would love to see Dalen Terry get the start. Would love to see Dalen Terry get the start. Brendan LJ, I prefer passion over chill. I like fans who flip tables after Bulls losses. Bro, in my younger days, so I'm still crazy, right? I throw my hat. I do shit like that when the Bulls piss me off. But so I'm chained so I can say this on live. In my first apartment, when the Derrick Rose Bulls got eliminated by the Miami Heat, I literally looked at the screen when we knew it, because I think that game was like locked in by like 3 minutes left or whatever. I literally looked at the TV. I woosah. Like there was, like they say the calm before the storm. I felt everything leave my body. And the next thing I looked up, my arm down to my shoulder was through the wall. Luckily, I know how to patch drywall. Literally. When I tell you, I literally armed all the way up to my shoulder. I had drywall on my neck. I didn't have a beard at that time. It's great. I'm crazy, bro. Like I'm crazy. I be trying to tell y'all. I'm just a crazy man with a microphone. Bull Central hits, but whenever we catch an L, those videos are so depressing. Hey, you know what? I listen to Bull Central while I'm playing 2K. That's always how I listen to Bull. Like I literally will wait until I play, because I usually try to get in a game of 2K or Madden every day before I go to sleep. So I'll listen to him. He'll drop it like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll be listening to it at 10 o'clock at night. But I always listen to him if I'm on my morning walk, because I always go walking at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll go do that. I'll listen to him then. But yeah, I can't say he ever depressed me with the L's. There was a time though. I think the Lonzo Ball news, the recent one, his video that he dropped after that, I was literally like, all right, man, Jamal, I love you, bro, but I got to turn it off. But I already read that one. I just said that hope Dalen starts or might put Derrick Jones Jr. start again. Like that's a possibility. That's a possibility. Go Marco. Oh, listen. I would say this. If Marko Simonovic is not getting the game today, it's over with. You right at home. It's done. It's no hope. It's nothing. If Tony Bradley gets off the bench before Marko Simonovic again in the last preseason game, right at home, it's over with. It's done. It's done. Damn, I know you was hurt for it. Hey, listen. That series had me, like, the moment that the Heat switched LeBron on Derrick Rose in that first game and Derrick just could not score on him, I was like, Derrick's going to figure it out. I'm like, this game was bad, but Derrick's going to figure it out. It was just like, that would never. And then when Derrick Rose, I won't even tell y'all what I did with Derrick Rose toward his ACL. I'll tell y'all because we're sharing. This is therapy now. When Derrick Rose tore his ACL, when that play went down, I had on my Kirk Heinrich jersey. That used to be my playoff ritual. I always wore a Kirk Heinrich jersey. I wore Derrick Rose jerseys in big games. Like if we were playing like the Miami Heat, I would wear my Derrick Rose jersey or something like that, or the Boston Celtics at that time. But I had on my Kirk Heinrich jersey. And when I tell you, when Derrick Rose went down, I ripped the jersey. It was like all one motion. As Derrick Rose went down and grabbed his leg, I just came out of the jersey and I blacked out for a moment. And I looked and I was like, I have no fucking shirt on. Where did my jersey just go? Like, my Bulls fandom knows no bound. And keep in mind, I'll tell you guys this all the time. I am a bigger Bears fan than I am a Bulls fan. That's why I started this show first, because I didn't think I would have the emotional fortitude to be able to talk to people after Bears losses. Low key, that's kind of why C-Dub and like outside of me just wanting to work with them, it helps balance me out because I can't just act crazy. But like, listen, I had a Walter Payton throwback jersey that I ruined when the Bears lost the Super Bowl. So that's all I'm going to say. Keep in mind, that jersey now I think would be worth like $2,000-$3,000. Yeah. So listen, I'm crazy. I keep telling y'all that. It's real. I really want to decide for myself if Marco should be getting minutes or not. At least you punched a hole in the wall instead of your brand new 60-inch Amazon. Ooh, yeah. I'm usually good about not fucking up electronics because I don't want to replace them. I can fix it. Like patching a hole in drywall is nothing. Replacing the TV, that hurts, brother. That hurts the pockets. Bro, I'll be listening to Locked on Bulls or Bull Central when I'm on the truck every shift, dog. Hey, man, I'm glad that you listen, bro. Like, it's like that. That's what's special. Like, I remember when I used to work overnight. When I was 19 years old, I worked overnight at a hospital. I used to wax and buff floors all night. And at that time, I used to listen to Doug Tonis. I think people don't realize how long Doug Tonis has been around and the Bulls beat has been around. I used to listen to Doug Tonis all the time. You know what? I think I was more like 21. But I used to listen to Doug Tonis all the time. And that was really it. Like at that point in time, it was Doug Tonis. It was Bullseye wasn't around yet. There was another one. It used to be a Bulls show with two guys that live in Australia. Not Mark E. who now does stuff with CHGO. There was a different Australian Bulls podcast. I used to listen to them too. And then I used to listen to, there was a podcast called, it was East and West. Like it was, the one guy was a Brooklyn Nets fan. The other guy was a Chicago Bulls fan. I used to listen to them every night. That's what I used to do. Facts, bro. Bull Central keeps me calm when the bitch ass game has me getting ripped every possession in the rec. That's hilarious, man. Marco, the secret weapon. Hey, I hope so, man. I hope so. Marco has the offense. Like, he just needs to get that defense together. I had on a Joakim Noah jersey, then he severely sprained his ankle like 2 games. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Alana says, I was legit 10 years old when D Rose got hurt. I didn't even know the severity of the injury. Wow, Alana, that's crazy. That's crazy that you're that young. That's crazy that you're that young. I was, when Derrick Rose got hurt, I would have been 23. So I'm 13 years older than you. Just keep that in mind. I ain't gonna lie, I hope Green starts. You know what? Honestly, JC23, and shout out to you, brother. I think this is the first time I've seen you since the preseason started back. Shout out to you, missed you. I honestly hope that they sit Javonte. Like, I almost hope that everybody who's going to be a major part of this rotation only plays 12 minutes today. This should be a game where they're probably not going to play like they're not playing Giannis. This game means nothing. PBN Pat says maybe Malcolm will get some playing time again. Hopefully. I was in the middle of Iraq when the Bears lost the Super Bowl. I was hoping ISIS had beef that night. I was living in Germany when that happened, when the Bears lost that. I think, was that Germany? Because that would have been, was that 2005, 4? I can't remember. But I think I was living in Germany. No, I would have been living in Italy at that time. Shay in the building says, for all the people that are worried about Patrick Williams in a preseason game, remember he had his best season the year that he didn't play a single preseason game. I mean, it was one season, bro. He's only played one season in like a 10th. So I get what you're saying, though, Shay. This better be a win and start all the starters. Well, Lex Carr, you're going to be disappointed because Zach and DeMar are sitting tonight. So definitely not all the starters are going to be playing. So there you go. Oh, wait, the Zach LaVine haters. Oh, my God. We pay you $215 million and you sit in a game? My annoying Bulls fan voice is hilarious. Like, that's how I hear him in my head. It was February 2007. Okay, so if it was February 2007, then no, I had just moved from Italy to St. Louis then. Yeah. Let's see Marco with Drummond and Terry. You know what? The thing in that first preseason game, you could tell that Carlik Jones, Malcolm Hill, and Dalen Terry all had chemistry from being in summer league and things together. That would have been the time to play Marco. Honestly, if they play Dalen Terry, Marco, and Malcolm Hill together in any type of combination, don't be surprised if they shine. Those 3 players have tons of chemistry together. Prediction of our record 5 games in. Let me go to the schedule real quick because I don't have it off the top of my head. I want to actually look at the schedule and we'll go through it one by one and I'll say what I think is going to be a dub. Let's switch this to regular season. So Miami Heat, I'm going to say the Bulls actually beat the Miami Heat. I think they're going to come out with a lot of energy. I think they're going to come out with something to prove. I think Zach and DeMar in the first game of the season are going to combine for 51 points. That's what I think. And if you throw in Vooch there, I think Vooch, LaVine, DeMar together are going to combine for about 62 to 65 points in the first game. I think that's going to be a dub. Washington, I think we beat Washington. I think that's going to be a dub. So 2-0 to start. Cleveland. While I don't believe in Cleveland's backcourt like some people do, I think they're going to have a lot of defensive issues. If we're starting Patrick Williams, I think my prediction would change a little bit depending on how Pat is playing to start the season. But that front court, the front court of the Cleveland Cavaliers, I've said it, I would expect them to be the best front court in the league over the next 2 or 3 years. I'm going to say we lose against Cleveland. I'm going to say we bounce back. We played Boston better when we had Zoe. But Ime Udoka being out, things like that. I'm gonna say we beat Boston. Time Lord's still out too, right? I think we're gonna beat Boston. I think we beat Indiana. So I think the Bulls are gonna go. Whoa, am I predicting the Bulls to go 4-1? Fuck it, I'm doing it. 4-1 to start the season. The Chicago Bulls start the season 4-1. That's what I'm gonna say. Just Call Me ID says, what you looking forward to see today? Dalen Terry. That's really it, right? That's really all I'm super looking forward to. Like, I want to see Io's continue development. Everything that I want to see from other players, I'm more so excited in the regular season. I don't know how many minutes Dalen Terry is going to get in the regular season. This may be the last opportunity that we're going to see Dalen, until he earns more minutes, play 20-plus minutes in this game. So I'm really excited to see a lot about Dalen Terry. Bro, you think Drummond could stay here and possibly take a step and be the center to replace Vooch? And no, because keep in mind, he's not going to replace Vooch in 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, Andre Drummond is going to be 32 years old. And not to say that he's going to be aged out or not be able to play in the NBA. I think at that point, I think we're going to see in this upcoming draft, if we get the Portland pick, AK and Eversley have their succession plan for Vooch in that draft. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to draft a young big that they think, maybe not turn into that's going to be the next center after Vooch leaves. I used to think that was going to be Marko Simonovic when you just look at him and Vooch and even their body makeup early in their career, but he's not able to get on the court. So I think that's going to be the succession plan, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I would have loved us to keep McCord-Maker, man. I really wish we would have seen McCord-Maker. We would have kept McCord-Maker. Has he played in summer league at all? I mean, in preseason at all? By the way, did my guy Kofi play? Kofi Coburn. I can't believe people thought that dude was going to be an NBA player. Vincent Harris coming with the hot takes. He says he believes the Bulls start 5-0. If we can avoid the injury bug and COVID onslaught this year, we were such a deep team this year. Top 15 in bench production, easy. Well, keep in mind, this bench is mostly the same for the most part. You add Andre Drummond, you add Goran Dragic, you add Dalen Terry. But it seems like everybody, much like Vooch, is settled into their roles more. And I'll say this, if Javonte Green does end up coming off the bench and not being the starting power forward, I think that we're going to go from being ranked 29th in scoring in bench scoring in the NBA to I think our bench can be top 20, maybe even top 15, top half of the league, because Javonte's averages aren't going to stay, right? He's shooting the ball over 70% from the field and from 3-point range. But even with that said, just the way he's going about it and moving without the ball, if we keep that type of thing going on, it's going to be dangerous. And then don't be surprised too what Io learns starting the season off this year, and then if Lonzo does come back, or if Lonzo even comes off the bench too, the way that Lonzo Ball could use Andre Drummond in a pick and roll is going to be dangerous, man. Dangerous. Remember, everybody, Patrick Williams tends to go off when everybody is out. Remember, he got his career high the very last game. We all know that, Shay. Come on, Shay. Yeah, Kofi was signed to Exhibit 10 deal by the Utah Jazz, but I don't think he's played any. Y'all are bold with these record predictions. 5-0 from your mouth to God's ears. Haize, absolutely. Okay, I'm glad that somebody asked this. Drew Bunchell the Bulls are not trading Patrick Williams anytime soon. They're not. It's not happening. And then especially when you bench a player, right? That even if you were to, that tells the league that now you see his value is lower. Whether that's what's happening or not. So you're not going to get much back for him. No, this Bulls team, Bulls front office, I should say, is focused on Patrick Williams' development. They're not trading Patrick Williams. I said this over on Locked On Bulls. Patrick Williams is going to get a second contract with the Chicago Bulls. He's going to. Well, how the length of that, the amount of that's to be determined. But he's going to get a second contract with the Chicago Bulls. Now, into that second contract, if we're a year and a half into that second contract, and he's still not showing any considerable development, then they may look to package him to a team that's maybe young. Let's say a team that does go into a rebuild, kind of like what the Jazz did now, where they just want to sell all their veteran pieces and get whatever young players with a little bit of potential they can get back. then they may do something like that. But it's not coming anytime soon. Not coming anytime soon. Low key, Illinois basketball is going to be dangerous again this year. From Evan Mandrell, good to see you around here, brother. Yes, it will be. Yeah, it's going to be. I'm not starting no fighting Illini Central though. That's not happening. It's not happening. I can't do it. I'm not starting no more shows. NBA Central coming. Yeah, NBA Central is on the way. Outside of that, I'm not starting any. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what we were just talking about. Watch Pat go off tonight and everybody change the tune. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if you were in here when I said that earlier. Like, literally, Bulls fans are so knee-jerky, bro. That's all it'll take. That's all it'll take is Patrick Williams to go off one game and everybody would be, all the Bulls would be, you can't trade him now. Or no, you'll have some Bulls fans. Some Bulls fans that also be like, oh, you got to trade him while his value's up. You got to get him out of there now. Like, it is what it is, bro. Bulls fans irritate me. I love them, though. They irritate me, but I love them. I love them. I really do. I really do. By the way, coming soon. You didn't see that. That was nothing. You didn't see that. What happened here? Nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. What? What's that? I don't know what that is, man. I have no idea what that is. Let's go ahead and get back into the comments. Hey, Haize, quick Bears question. You think the Bears should try and trade for absolutely. Absolutely. Send Robert Quinn to their asses. Yes. I'm actually going to do a video on that tomorrow, but yes. These sloppy starts gotta go. Listen, this is the thing that I thought about this, and I saw your comment earlier. I think you left that earlier it was only Tuesday. Maybe it was the weekend. I don't know. But the sloppy starts are concerning. But my thing is, right, that I've seen is, you remember the Bulls always had those down third quarters? I hope that they haven't swapped the down third quarters with sloppy starts, right? We got to get it. We got to play a full 4 quarters of basketball. Let's see what we got. Somebody said, and I can't find the comment now, that they were surprised that nobody. Oh, there it goes. PB and Patch left it. I'm surprised nobody picked up Melo yet. That to me, and this could not be true, right? This is just, again, like I like to say, I'm separating what I think, what facts are from just my opinion. I think Melo may have a deal already worked out with a team that maybe they're saying, hey, at mid-season or maybe later into the season. Because keep in mind, like the Bulls can cut Tony Bradley and then sign a player without going into luxury tax. That's not just a Chicago Bulls thing. That's almost every team in the league. So maybe he has a promise from a team that's like, hey, we can't do it right now because we're trying to avoid this, but we got you. Because it just doesn't make any sense considering Melo averaged 13 points per game off the bench and then not be able to get a job. So y'all need to subscribe to Chicago Bears Centrals for Bears questions. Oh man. Uh-oh. We got a troll in the building. We're gonna go ahead and add them to the block list. There you go. Get them the hell up out of here. Goddamn, man. Bull Central, Bear Central, you out here right now, man. Listen, this is what I'll tell you what, though. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I underestimated how much doing Bears and Bulls was going to like be my life, right? Like I'm sitting here looking at the schedule. I'm like, when do games overlap? Things like that. But like, it is what it is, man. I don't know how to do nothing without doing it at the fullest capability of what I'm able to do. So it kind of is what it is there. What are your expectations for Zach LaVine this season? Do you think he will make an all-star team? And lastly, are Zach LaVine and DeMar future Hall of Famers? It's way too early to say. I think DeMar is going to get into the Hall of Fame. I think it would say he won't be first ballot at all. It may take a while, but he broke 2 Wilt records. He's getting into the Hall of Fame. Zach is way too early to tell with Zach. Now, as far as All-Star, Zach LaVine was 12th in the league in scoring last season, and he was hobbled for, I counted it, he was hobbled for 60 games out of the season. The equivalent of 60 games. He didn't even play 60 games, but the equivalent of that, over half the season. Yes, Zach LaVine is going to be an All-Star this year. Period. DeMar, I think he's going to be an all-star as well. Did you quit your job because of the amount you post? Shout out to Joker, my brother Joker there. No, I'm still working a full-time job. The benefit that I have is I work from home and I work for a tech company and my studio's in my crib. So literally, like, when breaking news happens, and you guys know I'm one of the first channels to post anything breaking when that happens with the Chicago Bulls, I literally just come downstairs to the studio, turn on the camera, hit record. I have the editing down to a science now. Like, from record, let's say the episode's 15 minutes. Recording, so I'm sitting down in front of the camera talking for 15 minutes. It probably takes me another 15 minutes to get everything edited, posted, both the audio and video, because we're a podcast and a YouTube channel. The thumbnail made, and then I'm back up to work in 15. And so about 30 minutes total. So, yeah, and then I keep my headphones in so I can work while I'm doing stuff. So, great question here from Romero Norwood. He says, are you confident in Billy's coaching of this team? I'm confident in the motivating factor of Billy Donovan. I'm confident in the teaching this team how to play basketball together well. As far as, like, if we were to go on a long playoff run, I'm always going to be worried that Billy's going to be outcoached if there's a strategic coach on the other side of the ball. Billy Donovan does not adjust very well to defenses. If defenses do random things, he doesn't adjust very well. So I trust Billy Donovan to coach this team up until a point, but I don't think Billy Donovan's going to be, if let's say the Bulls win a title in the next 5 or 6 years, right? Theoretically, I don't see Billy Donovan being the coach of the team by the time we get there. I see him being the team to teach us how to climb the mountain, but he's not the coach to get us to the mountaintop, if that makes sense. So that's what I think. Who has more of a chance at Sixth Man of the Year, Drummond or Javonte? It's hard for big men to win Sixth Man of the Year. It's hard for big men to win Sixth Man of the Year. Drummond would have to hit those threes at a decent clip for him to win Sixth Man of the Year. He would also have to average a double-double. Like, Andre Drummond would have to do way more than what it would take for Javonte to win Sixth Man of the Year, per se. Like, Drummond would have to transform his game, average 10 or 12 rebounds off the bench, average about 11 points, have a defensive rating of like 104. Whereas Javonte, being a player that plays multiple positions, all out on the wing, power forward, but he still plays more like a wing when he's playing power forward. Javonte can average 16 points per game, a couple assists, a couple of steals, and he could get there. Drummond as a big man would have to do so much. So much. Someone who graduated in computer science. Oh, shout out to you, Joker. Honestly, who do you think will lead our team in points per game? I think it's going to be Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is going to be top 8 in scoring this season. I think Zach LaVine averages 20, close to 30 points per game this season. That's what I think is going to happen. 55K, hell no, that's pretty good for a 25-year-old. Oh, who's absolutely 55K for a 25-year-old? Oh, here goes Joker. I missed that. I work remote. Is 55K bad? No, bro. You are good. I didn't pass 55K until I was damn near 30. And then luckily, I've damn near tripled that in the 5 years to follow. But yeah, no, you're great. Now, depending on where you're, like, if you're 55K and you live in Cali, that's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. That's like minimum wage if you live in Cali. Winton says Billy Donovan needs to use his staff better. He has a lot of assistant coaches for a reason. Keep in mind too, in that GM poll, which I didn't get to do an episode on because that dropped literally as I was on the plane. I think, or maybe it was the day before. That they did, one of the questions on there was, what assistant do you think will make a great head coach? And Chris Fleming, our assistant, I think was 4th on that list. So we may be, just like Phil Jackson was on the coaching staff before he became head coach. Maybe Chris Fleming is going to be the next Bulls head coach. Which team do you think is the best fit for Wembyana? The Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls all day. If we lose anybody else to injury, just sit everybody down. Let's go full tank for Wembanyama. It'll suck to cover it. I'm just playing, but like, I would love to see him on the Chicago Bulls. But honestly, if I had to be fair and objective, the concept of him and SGA being together. Oh, I hate that it would be in OKC, but I would not mind that combination at all. Evan Mandrell says, Haize, if you had to choose one player on the roster, who do you expect to have a breakout season? I'm going to say Ayo Dosunmu. And it may not be the type of breakout season that you're expecting. What happened? Okay, there we go. Oh, Restream's fucking up. Asa says, all the places you name you lived have military bases. Was one in the military, bro? I'm an Air Force vet. I've been all of those cases in love. Yes, I've said this before. Both my parents actually met, I think, at basic training. Maybe it was their first assignment is where my parents met. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, my mom was in the military, not as long as my dad. My dad was in the military for a long time. We were stationed in Tacoma, Washington, Germany twice. We did two tours in Germany. Fort Campbell, Benjamin Franklin Village is where we lived in Germany. We lived in Vicenza, Italy. I know I'm missing someplace. Brandon L. J says 55K in Cali is poverty, which is crazy, bro. Crazy. Zach is a top 10 player healthy. Watch. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, man. Would you rather the Bulls barely miss the playoffs and win the lottery, or make the playoffs and lose in the first round again? Whoo! All right, so our pick, you saying win the lottery, meaning that we get the number 1 overall pick? Yes. Because look at this. This is what it would suck, right? And so many people would be like, oh, we paid Zach LaVine all this money and we didn't make, like, the way that the media would cover it would suck. But the concept of adding Wembanyama to a core of Zach LaVine, Ayo Dosunmu, Lonzo Ball, Dalen Terry, Patrick Williams if he gets his shit together. And like, that's now you're talking about a team. If that, because Wembanyama seems like he's a generational talent. If that hits, we're looking at the Bulls being championship contenders within 3 years of getting him, and then maybe being able, if this front office is as good as what they seem, if they continue to build, being able to stay in the championship contending window for at least 5 to 6 years, if not longer. Like, bro, like I would hate the Bulls to miss the playoffs, but if we're winning the lottery because of it, hey, listen, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Javier asked, did you ever do? Nope, never went into the. I thought about it. I actually, I took my ASVAB. I scored amazing on it. I was thinking about joining the Air Force. But so the life that I lived growing up, moving around a lot, it was all cool. I got to see amazing things. Like I went to the Sistine Chapel. I got to be in Germany and just live there and actually take in other cultures, not just visit other cultures, live amongst other cultures. Like, and it was amazing. And it shaped me as a person. But once we moved back stateside, I realized how much I did miss, like, just having my family available, like just being there with them, getting to hang out. Like, so I didn't want that for my children, especially because I was making decent money, and it kind of all worked out for me. But I thought about it. I just never did it. Patrick Williams, if he gets his shit together. Listen, I still believe in the potential of Patrick Williams as of now, but he got to get that shit together. Do you think Zach LaVine will make an all-NBA second or third team? If he leads is top 8 in the league in scoring, like I said, he has to. I think third by minimum, but probably second at that point. Where do you see the Bulls ending up by the end of the season realistically? Playoffs, deep playoff run, or missing the playoffs as a whole? Don't see the Bulls missing the playoffs. It would have to take some serious injuries for the Bulls to miss the playoffs. I haven't seen the team all come together for me to realistically judge that yet, but I definitely think we're going to be a playoff team. How far we can go in the playoffs depends on how this team really comes together. If the things that we've seen in offseason aren't just fool's gold, if they're actually going to be things that we can rely on in the season, then I think we can go on a second round run for sure. Wembanyama is a cheat code, bro. It's weird, right? It's weird. And I'm one of the people who I'm always slow to believe the hype around players. I'm always slow to believe the hype. I don't want to buy into it because I think let's wait and see when he gets in the NBA. There've been so many players that look like they were going to be great that just didn't work out. But Wembanyama, if Wembanyama turns out to just be a marginal or just an okay player, that would shock me more than him being the face of I would believe more than Wembanyama would be the face of the league in 10 years than him not being or just being a regular player. Is Drummond the best backup center in the league, and is he the first option for this? No, not the first option scoring wise. No, that's gonna, unfortunately, and Kobe's gonna get way more shots than Drummond. Now, Drummond he's gonna get a lot of shots just by the nature of the player that he is and getting rebounds. But Caruso's probably we'll see with Caruso because he takes shots in the flow of the offense. But I don't think that Drummond's the first option. Now, is he the best backup center in the league? It depends on how you look at Bobby Portis. To me, I know Bobby is more of a 4, but he does play a lot of 5 for that team, and he didn't start, right? Am I tripping with that one? If Portis is not starting, I got Bobby Portis in that role, personally. But outside of that, Mo Bamba has a chance if he has another season like he did. But Drummond's up there. As far as now, Drummond may not be the best backup center as far as production number-wise, but as far as efficiency, Drummond may be that. Drummond may very well be that. This is a great point from Brandon L. Jet. He says, we would be more experienced too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Brandon Peck in the building. Hold on. Skipped it. What up, Haize? What's going on? What are the respect to Bobby Portis? With all due respect, I guess he talks a little bit too much shit in my opinion. He looks like the person that would get it. No. See, that's the thing. And that's how you know he's doing it right. Because if Bobby Portis was on our team talking that shit, we would love it. We would love it, right? Yeah, he talks too much shit when his team's killing your ass. But if that was your player, you would love it. So no, I look at it for what it is. Does he talk a lot of shit? Does he get animated? Yeah, but that's part of the reason he's there. That's part of the reason he's there. Do you think Wembanyama will be a 4 or 5 or be out at the 3 like KD and Larry? I think Wembanyama is going to be. I would use him at the 5 if he can put on some weight to that frame and keep the mobility. Wembanyama at the 5 is a cheat code. And I think he's tougher than Anthony Davis too. Kinds of shies away from being a center. But yeah, I think he's going to be that. I think he's going to be that. If we didn't make the playoffs and won the lotto, Arturos would go crazy because Victor Wembanyama has an 8-foot wings. Bro, imagine this, right? Worst case scenario and best case. Imagine this. If the Bulls, for some reason, did not make the playoffs, they would then have and Portland does make the playoffs, the Bulls would then have 2 first-round picks. Well, it would have to be top 4. I think our pick to Orlando is top 4 protected. So the Bulls pick would have to fall in the top 4. It's like top 4 or top 5 protected. But yeah, so like I said, I'm not wishing on that, and I don't think that's likely at all. But I'm just saying that would be a crazy turn of events if the Bulls wind up with the first overall pick. Love Bobby. It's our fault, and it's up to us to shut him up. I mean, listen, Bobby Portis worked it. Bobby Portis, he was the heart of the team. The thing that frustrated me about us trading away Bobby Portis is that he was the heir apparent for Joakim Noah. I mean, in the sense of being that guy off the bench, the energy guy, the guy that talks shit, the guy who's not afraid to get in people's faces, the guy who defends the team. Yeah, would Bobby have gotten that? keep in mind, Bobby turned down a considerable extension. He just now is getting paid the money that he got offered, 4 or 5 years ago at this point. But yeah, man, it's just I loved Bobby Portis when he was here, bro. I loved Bobby Portis when he was here. AK would skirt all over his office if he gets his chance to draft. Buddy, listen, AK would literally sit there and be like, open your arms. Open your arms. As soon as Wimbiana does this, it's over. Like, I hope he has a face plate on, because AK is coming all over the fucking office, all over where the arena, wherever they are. Everybody's covered in fucking cum. Everybody. It's over with. Arturas he ain't even going to touch himself. Literally just seeing the arm span, the 8-foot wingspan, it's over with. Arturas is that meme that's the guy in the chair that's like, that's Arturas all over the fucking stadium. All over it. And then if they drafted him, Arturas is walking out there when Adam Silver is there to give the guy his hat and shake his hand. Arturas is going to push Adam Silver to the side, shake his hand, and nut all over the fucking draft room. All over the draft room. It's over with. Oh, man, that is hilarious. Woo. I told you I'm crazy as shit. Illinois 22 says a healthy Zoe and Wimbiana would be. Oh, but see, I don't want Lob City. Like, people say that's an exciting brand of basketball to watch, but when you look back at the Lob City Clippers, what did they really achieve? I don't want, like, again, they would be much better than that, but I don't want to see Lob City. Oh, man. Woo. Man, listen. I don't know how y'all watch me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't understand how you guys watch me. Like, I'm like, how did we get here? Like, and the funny thing is that I'd be sitting there like, wait a second, did I just say that? Did I just really say that? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Wow. I don't know why y'all watch me. I really don't know why y'all watch me, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So somebody asked, is Giannis playing? So this is a list of players that for both the Bucks and the Bulls that are not playing today. Giannis isn't playing. Theonis, whatever, Giannis's brother ain't playing. Drew Holiday, Brooke Lopez, Grayson Allen, Malcolm Hill, Chris Middleton, Wesley Matthews, Connaughton, Ingles, and Ibaka. All out. Add to that DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. Listen, this is a game where Dalen Terry is about to get 40 points. 40 points. Oh, man, listen. Woo. Indy, Sacramento, Orlando, and Washington are going to tank hard for a win by trading good players for garbage. Is there anyone from the Bulls should want from them? I'd have to look at a list of all the players. You know what? Honestly, Reginald, and this isn't even to plug it, can you please, you can text it. You don't have to send a voicemail if you don't want to call, but the number in the description, call that and leave that as a question for the mailbag episode, because that is actually one of those ones I can pull out my chart. I've only used that graphic like on a couple ones. That's a really good question. So please send that in for the mailbag. Please, Reginald, I mean, literally before the game starts, because I'm about to get off of this, call in, leave that for the mailbag. Like I said, either text or voicemail it. That's a great mailbag question. And so please send that in, because I'll get into that in the mailbag for this weekend. It's a great question, but I want to do it justice and actually do some research for it and take a list of all of that. Oh, man. Woo. That is hilarious, man. All right, that is it. We've gone way left in the stream. I appreciate you guys so much. 162 people in here for a pregame show. This may be our most popular pregame show That's crazy, man. That's wild. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you're back here for the halftime hangout, for the post-game live stream. Thank you for being the best part of Chicago Bulls Central. Make sure you follow the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can follow that on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to send in the voicemail, which Reginald needs to be sending in something, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And before we go, I'm just going to Sunday. What's happening Sunday? I don't know, but I love you guys. Go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace, y'all. See you.